Last time on the Duplex Duo.
We have 30 days to get the upstairs unit leased.
We wrapped up the year having made a clear plan on how to get the washer dryer installed upstairs. We removed a ton of drywall. We met with and scheduled an electrician and plumber to come out in early January. And we got Unit 1 listed online to find its future tenants. As the holidays wrapped up, we knew it was go time.
All right, cold day here. We've got 13 days left until we could potentially have a tenant in this place. And we just still don't have a washer and dryer. And I'm feeling nervous, particularly because we need to vent the dryer out through the roof. And you can't see it, I'll get you a better shot. The roof's covered in snow. So I thought today would be my best shot to do this roofing project because it's the warmest day in the 14-day forecast. And it's gonna get up to a high of 0 Celsius, so right at freezing. It's supposed to be sunny. I don't see any sun. So I'm hoping that it warms up a little bit, the sun comes out, I can clear off the roof enough to make my cuts and properly seal a new hood. I've never actually done this either, so I'm gonna be taking it slowly today, one step at a time. I'll have my YouTube videos close at hand to help guide me through the process. And I'm just feeling nervous, but we'll see how today unfolds. All right, I'm up here on the roof, shoveling some snow, hoping that the sun comes out to melt these shingles a bit so I can work. I crawled up in the roof and drove a nail, you can see it right here, through the, this is where I need to make my holes for the vent to come out. So I've got a hole in the roof now and it's winter, so I'm hoping that this works out. Luckily it's a small hole, so not a ton of water can get in, but it's still, you never want a hole in your roof. It's cold up here. All right, well the day didn't pan out exactly like I wanted. We drove a nail through the roof from the bottom, so I know exactly where to put the vent. We just need a warm day to get the snow off here so that I can install the vent cap for the washing machine that we're installing upstairs.
So it's Monday, the 8th of January, it's about noon, and I have just spent the morning making phone calls and taking notes and a bit of research and digging on some potential candidates that we had apply to rent the upstairs unit at Project Cedar. There were not a lot of bites over the holidays, but this week there have been some more applications coming in. It's been nice to give us a bit of options and flexibility around who we lease the space to. And the applicant that I reviewed this morning was looking pretty good. So they submit a employment, personal, and a landlord reference, like previous landlord reference. So I try and reach out to all of them. The thing with these is you have to be prepared to play phone tag and talk to strangers. So what I do is actually have a templated list of questions for each of those different reference types. So with the employers, I'm looking to confirm their employment history, their salary, their reliability. Do they think they're going to continue to have this job in future? Have they ever had any concerns with their work ethic? That kind of stuff. It's usually the most, I would say, important call and reference to make. And then with the personal references, it's tough with this one because usually it's family or friends, and so there's tons of natural bias, and of course they think they're going to be a great tenant, which is fair. You take it with a grain of salt, but it was still an interesting chance just to get a gut check on the person, and I learned a little bit more about why they're looking to rent, that kind of thing. And then the previous landlord references are also really good to do, just to understand, did they pay rent on time? How long did they live with you? How communicative were they around concerns around the property, or if there was an issue where they needed maintenance or repair, did they get in touch with you? That really says a lot about how respectful they are for the space, and if there's any concerns or things that need to be fixed, that they reach out right away. So 3 types of references to check, and yeah, for your Project Cedar, this one's looking pretty promising. Knock on wood. I'm still hoping to hear back from 2 this afternoon, but if all goes well, hopefully we will be in a position to move forward with this lease application.
What are you listening to, Jono? Just a quick learning session.
Just a quick how-to video before I cut through the roof here. Watching This Old House on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but
best channel ever.
Yeah, it's got some good tips for doing renovations.
Really quick. What is it? How to vent a bath fan through the roof. That's what we need.
Well, we're doing a dryer, but similar concept.
Today's certainly not the most ideal day to be climbing up on the roof and drilling a hole in the roof. But it is January, and this is what we have to do. So that's the part of the roof right up there where John's going to climb, where we need to drill the hole.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah? Nice and dry? So he loosened the shingles, and now he's going to test that this is good to fit under based on the space he cut out. Do the drill?
No.
Shall I go get it?
Yeah, could you?
Yeah. All right, got the drill. Are you ready for this?
Almost.
Okay. All right, we're drilling a hole in the roof. No turning back now. There it is.
Got a hole in the roof, so
No going back now.
going back.
How's it look down there?
Great.
All right. Looks great, hun.
Thanks.
What do you think?
I feel pretty good about it, I think. Really glad I came here the other day and I shoveled the snow off the roof,
Yes.
because then when we got here today, it was like a nice dry working zone.
This would have been rough.
Yeah. I cut out these shingles first, then you cut a hole with the hole saw, and then you kind of like just shimmy it in there, and you put this glue stuff on it.
Way to go.
All right,
One thing checked off the list.
that's right.
One last thing to do for next week.
So, we are trying to just figure out right now where we're gonna tie into the main stack, what ceiling we're gonna have to open up, and how much of a mess we're gonna have to make. Jono's hope is we could just open it up right here, kind of underneath the washing machine, and then run it through the floor joist, which goes this way, and then open up it again here somewhere and tie in. So that's what we're gonna have to figure out today, and wish us luck. All right, so we got good news and we got bad news. We'll do the bad news first. Bad news is we need to cut open quite a bit more ceiling and drywall to be able to see the areas that we need to run these pipes. Good news is the plumbers can come back on Friday, which is in 2 days from now, assuming we can get all the cutting done, to finish the job.
It feels like go time. I don't know.
It really does.
I don't know what. I think we've got time. I feel like a little anxious though.
Yeah. So we need to take out this entire wall. We originally thought we could plumb the washing machine with this hole here, but based on where the floor joists are and just where the space is in the basement, we're gonna do it on this wall. I don't have a mask, so I can't come in there. It's very dusty, but cutting's happening. Hey, look at that!
Whew, big hour here.
You are covered in drywall dust.
I don't know why I'm on my knees.
Why are you?
I must be tired. We're almost done opening drywall. So we can get into the bathroom.
Ooh!
Up there.
Look at that! That's very helpful.
And then Got a channel here that should, in theory, let's not be in here long. Take us from the washer through here. Hopefully we can get around those pipes. I might have to open up more there. It's too dusty in here.
Very dusty in here. Oops, still kind of dusty in here. All right, look at that. Got a whole wall, floor to ceiling, as requested by the plumber. Serious appreciation video for Jonna, who's done a lot of dirty work today and just been a beast with getting this stuff done. The plumbers told us, yeah, we're gonna have to do a bunch more cutting. And we're like, you know, okay, we gotta get this done in the next couple weeks. I'm thinking it's gonna be a week before the plumbers can come back. We've gotta do all these cuts. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it today. So he did it, and the plumbers can come back on Friday. So hopefully this should be easy enough now. Next steps. It's not gonna be easy, but hopefully it's smooth.
What are you doing, Sarah?
I am just trying to find some studs in the drywall in the ceiling. And these are for the smoke alarms. We're trying to find holes, the spots to drill our holes in the ceiling today. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go a little bit further into the room out here.
I'm surprised that thing's not drawing you closer to me.
Oh, John. All right, you tell me what's going on here.
All right, so now we're in the basement, looking up at the ceiling here to see the drainage for the washing machine that's added upstairs. So you can see it's this black pipe here. It's a 2-inch black pipe and comes over here into the shower and then over there to the drain. In case you're curious to see what it looks like behind a wall where there's a washer and dryer. This is the drain, and then it goes down and it does like a little P-trap there. Nice. And then the drain goes down, and then this is the venting, so that as the water goes down, it replaces air. The air has a spot to go up into the vent.
Last step, electrical.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk through the electrical plan here.
Well, having a bad hair day, it feels
You kind of are.
Squeeze in here. Can you squeeze in?
Yep.
Now we're gonna add another panel over there.
Yep.
But the washer and dryer that we're adding upstairs is going to connect to the historic panel, the older panel. So what we need to do is run a wire up into the floor cavity, along here, and then I'm thinking about drilling a pot light here, just because these corners are kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll drill a hole for a pot light, but before we put the pot light in, we can run the wires to here and then use this as a spot where we can get our hand up in there and run it along the channel all along this bulkhead into the utility room. So the wires will come along that channel, like up here. This is the bulkhead in the other room. Run along here, and then
Keep
going.
Stuck.
No, not stuck. Keep going.
Oh, I know. We're lucky because we opened up this bulkhead before Christmas.
So you can run the wire along here.
Coming out through here.
And then, I don't quite know from here, but we just have to get it back into the bathroom then, which I don't think will be too bad.
So like we need to get it upstairs.
Yeah, but we just need to get it. Like if we can get to here, then we're upstairs. We just gotta get it to here.
Famous last words.
I think we can do it.
And so began our adventure routing a 10-3 wire and a 14-2 wire basically across the entire length of the house.
I'm not quite tall enough.
Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. While we were initially on a roll, this job proved to be far more difficult than we anticipated. It wasn't until we'd thread the yellow 14-2 wire all the way into the living room that we realized we had to start over again, with both cables at once. But eventually, we got there. Once we were in the living room, it was a quick and simple threading along the bulkhead, a tuck into the floor joist going into the bathroom, and a poke up through a hole in the floor to the upstairs closet where the washer dryer sits, and we were good. That seems to be it. That was a lot harder than we thought.
A lot of pull. No, stop pulling. Pull harder.
But we made it through. We still love each other.
Yeah.
We had a slight setback on our drywalling day after Jono got a massive sliver in his thumb as we were loading 2x4s and drywall sheets into the back of the truck in the Home Depot parking lot.
It's in there pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty big.
Are you tugging on it and it feels like it's not going to come out?
These tweezers are not good.
Oh, wow. That is disgusting.
Luckily, a quick stop at the nearby dollar store for a pair of tweezers and some hydrogen peroxide did the trick, and we were on our way.
Hey!
Hey,
What you doing?
I'm stackling.
Okay, so what did we do? We framed in this wall. This is the wall we keep talking about. In our original drawings, we had a fireproof door here that was self-closing, and when talking to the building inspector, we realized, hey, we could just drywall this in, and we have more separation between the units, which I think is just nicer for both tenants.
Feels more legit than having like a door to lock.
Yeah. And so what are you doing, Sarah?
So yesterday when Jono took down the old doorway, this drywall where he cut actually you didn't make any cuts here, did you? This drywall just is really crumbly. And so we want to make sure that there's some structural integrity to this wall here. We don't want any soft spots. So as per Jono's suggestion, I am just filling it in with some spackle product. And I don't know, we'll see if it helps. It's like icing a cake.
It's
That's
kind
what
of sad.
I feel like I'm doing right
It
now.
looks satisfying.
It is satisfying. All right, you go cut the drywall?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
While I wrapped up spackling the edges, Jono got to cutting our drywall for the doorway.
Okay. Wall is spackled, and now we're gonna pop it up.
See if I measured correctly.
Goodbye, doorway. All right.
Once the drywall was all screwed in, we got started on mudding and taping. While we're no expert drywallers, we know for a smooth finish that this was going to take multiple coats of mud. Over the next 2 days, Jono came back to the house to sand down the mud, tape another layer, and eventually paint the wall and install the trim.
This is my favorite part. We get to clean up.
How do you feel, Sarah?
We made it. Unit 1 is ready to rent.
I should do a quick tour.
Sure.
Okay, what did we do?
You guys have seen this place, but the most exciting thing, let's check out the wall.
I know you love this so much.
Notice anything different? Look at that. You cannot hardly tell that there used to be a doorway here. I mean, you can if you look really hard, but doesn't it look great?
Flows nicely.
I'm thrilled. Yeah, I think the flow in the house just feels better. There's not so many doorways everywhere. And there was, there's a lot of heavy trim, so there's one less thing of trim in your eye, just sort of whoosh. Everything else is the same, just clean. And of course, these babies. Should we take the strips off?
Yeah, do it tomorrow.
Okay. We got interconnected smoke alarms that work. We tested those today. There's another one in here, and another one in here, and another one in here. And you remember this old thing. You think it's just a closet, right? Well, it's actually a washer dryer. And we cleaned up after ourselves too. Everything's all clean. This place looks awesome. And it's ready to go. High five. We did it.
Sarah put together a nice little welcome package here for them.
A little bit of wine, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of apple butter.
Yeah. And yeah, we've wiped every single surface down in this whole upstairs, which feels good. The only thing that we've forgotten is to get a fire extinguisher. That we like to keep under the sink here. Any new units require fire extinguishers. The house has 2, but they're both from 1986. So we thought, let's get a new one.
Awesome. I'll come back and do that tomorrow. I love this door. All right, should we pack up?